Welcome, everyone. You're tuning into Engaging Walk. My name is Drake.
And my name is Rubie.
We believe in the power of walking together and talking together.
It's a simple act to stay connected, and movement is key.
So this week we've got our dog with us. She's a little turned around at the moment, but she's with us today. We're doing a recap and a update on Boba, the Corgi.
She's shy.
She's our little girl, our little Corgi girl, and we've had her now for about 4 months. Actually almost going on to the 5th month.
Oh, it was
May when we got her. So yeah, it was like early May. So we're getting close to the 5th month with her. And we just recently got back from a really great trip to Yosemite, Sequoia. We went on a bunch of on a really long road trip, like a whole week with this girl. And we're super proud of her and all of her achievements and her growth and her obedience and all of that. And we thought we'd give you guys a little update on her.
Yeah. So right now, for dog years, she is a teenager.
Mm-hmm.
So just like us, as a teenager, we change a lot. So we're still waiting for her period to come. So it can be any time, any moment now. In terms of her temperament, it's still her, but she changed quite a bit in terms of how she expressed herself. Definitely, she have more focus than the pup as a puppy. And this morning, she showed me to she was sitting at the door and looking at me, and I know that okay, she wanna go out, but then her dad just took her out for two hours ago, and usually we just more than 4 hours, between 4 to 6 hours, we would take her out for a potty. So I look at her and I give her a button, and then on buttons we will tell her this button to go outside. So I asked her, Boba, you need to go outside. Push the button, and then she did. So I was surprised, and of course when I took her out, she pooped right away. So it's great to see that she able to communicate with you in more complex. This girl.
She's about to jump off the thing, so I'm going to carry her for a bit, get her comfortable.
Yeah, and she very I think she vocal, but is more as a teenager. What do you think?
Yeah, I think right now, watch if I tell her, Boba, say oof. Let me see if she'll do it to the microphone. Boba, say oof. Say oof. Ooh, she's sniffing. Say oof, Boba.
Boba, say oof.
She's not doing it. She's camera shy. But yeah, she likes to do that. We communicate with her and have her communicate with us. So we tell her to hey, say oof when she wants to, when we ask her if she wants something. That way she's talking to us.
Yeah.
And she loves it. She loves hanging out with us. And like Rubie was saying, is she's really growing in what she can do and what she can communicate. Mm-hmm. And it's really, really great to see the hard work that you put into training with the dog and bonding with them and coming to a level of understanding with them that, that the bond increases. And with that comes new levels of understanding and new levels of having fun together, which mm-hmm. is why we were able to take that trip with her.
Yeah.
So that was a really important thing with us because we, from the beginning, decided hey, this dog is a member of our family. And we want to be able to take her everywhere and have her experience things with us. Mm-hmm. And so, yeah, that was a really fun thing. And just like Rubie was saying, it's she can push the buttons now. She can go oof when she wants her treats or things like that. And it's she's a really special, sweet girl. And we love her. And it's really nice to have her at home. And Rubie did a really great job, especially the first 4 or 5 months now.
Mm-hmm.
That she spends a lot of time with Boba.
Yes.
So I'll take her out in the morning before I go to work, but then, Rubie will spend the day with her and bond with her, take her out, teach her tricks, teach her things that she wants her to do, and playtime. This girl loves her playtime.
She can play all day. So one thing that I also see in her change is that she's used to be very easy eater in terms of variety of food. And I was surprised that she loved watermelon, strawberry, apples,
Watermelon boba.
Broccoli, carrot, cilantro, all kinds of vegetables that I don't think dogs will like. She would just try it, taste it, and she chew on it. And now I think last week, that's why she started doing that. That means I gave her watermelon, which is she loved watermelons throughout of fruits, and she put her nose against it, sniff, and walk away. And I was like, no, you cannot just do it. You can't do it because you touch it. The moment you touch it, you have to eat it. And she just walked away. So I had to throw that piece. And I think she did again today with apples. She loved apples. And then we gave her organic apples.
This girl eats so good.
And not that we gave food always organic, but it's happened because we want to try that, and it's happened to be organic. So this girl will sniff at that piece of apple and walk away. I'm like, oh my goodness. Anyway, so
She's putting this on the hat. Yeah, she likes it.
So
She's silly.
Boba is changing on her diet, the way she likes things. She's more interested in like real food, like solid.
She's interested in what we're eating now. She
Yeah.
didn't really care before.
Oh my goodness, yes. So I didn't know that until like I was just eating my popcorn, and then she ran to me and barked really hard and loud. Arf! And then she like, give it to me, come on, give it to me, And then I was shocked because this is like, I never seen this girl behave like this in terms of food. And she very like, nice eater.
She's playing with it. It's cute.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so yeah, so I can see that she's showing more what she likes and she dislike. And in terms of, in social, she's still very nice, and I think she thinks that she's a big dog.
Yeah.
She loves playing with bigger size dog than herself. Than
Just
her
a little
size.
while ago, she was playing with a full-size Doberman, like a big one. Yeah. So what do you think is your like the nicest thing, or like your favorite thing that you've been able to encounter in raising Boba?
Well, have a companion for sure, and just get to know her as a dog. Before having a dog, like very beginning, I thought like dogs just the same, but no, every single one of them have different temperament. And it's nice to have a journey to get to know her, and it's also trying to know how the way she communicate to us and also communicate back to her. It's at the beginning definitely frustrating a little bit. It's a little bit frustrating, but getting to know her is fun. And this girl is super sweet. And
as you can probably see right now, like she's just sniffing, smiling, hanging out.
I'm not sure you can see that, but she's sniffing on the curtain.
And I'll say that although she and I have a good bond and lots of love between us, there's nothing like the bond and the love between her and Rubie. Because of how much time that Rubie spent with her, that Boba, there's a huge smile on her face when she's with her mom. And her mom's holding her. It's true. And
not so true, because I think she's close to both of us. So she's instantly happy when she see both of us at home. And because I told Drake that throughout the day she was just like being Boba, being okay girl, and but she would start smiling when both of us show up. You know?
Like this. This is her smile.
Yeah.
She's like, "Hi, I'm happy to be here," and it's very cute and loving. Probably gonna let her down now. That's her camera time. She had about 10 minutes, so that's good for her. Go ahead, baby, go play.
Boba, you wanna go down? Say oof.
Let's get her to do oof before she goes. Boba, say oof.
Oh, say oof. Yeah.
Ooh, yeah, she did it. Say oof.
Come on, one more time. Oof. She did. Yeah, she did it very soft because we trained her that way, so which is good.
Okay, go ahead.
So, one thing that we love to that we train her is to say a soft oof.
Yeah, corgis can be really, really loud.
Super loud. And when I took her to the public, lots of people especially I remember I went to Trader Joe's and then all the staff, signal each other, say, "Hey, Corgi's in the store, Corgi in the store." See that? And then I overheard one person say, "Oh, it's okay, don't worry. This girl is chill." So I'm like, yeah, finally, we have a well-behaved Corgi. So she's behaved pretty well in the public. Lately, again, because she's changing as a teenager, she will bark randomly, but also because she just got back from the trip. So the trip is really like upscale her in terms of routines and environments. Because this girl, remind you, we on the road for like 7 days.
Yeah, it was a full heavy week of traveling.
And we like travel on. So there's a moment that she didn't want to go back in the car. She's like, I don't want to go.
Which is the first because she loves the car.
Yeah. So, so there's a lot of she have been through a week of constantly changing, constantly sleep in different spots, and to the point that she always went to our bed to sleep. So like, hey, I need comfort. So, we're still observing her in terms of, socialize and toward human, also toward other dogs, that we make sure that she feel comfortable and safe, because we just want her to be a good girl.
Yeah, I think like it's really wonderful to have a dog that when you're newlyweds and you have some time to each other to develop some routines and your culture together, that once you take on a dog, it's like really good practice for having children, and it's really good practice to see like the investment of what you put into a project, in this case our dog, and to see that come to fruition in terms of like joy and happiness and companionship. And at this point, like I think when I think of my family, I think of Rubie and I think of Boba. Like that's my family. The family that we have is the three of us. And our additions to our family is an addition, and then like we have to think of like, okay, when we have a child, how are we gonna not just abandon Boba?
Yeah.
How are we gonna bring her into our family? How are we gonna keep her and then make her feel like she is part of the family with new additions? Because she's very special to us, and I think that's like when you have your first family dog as newlyweds, that's like it's a really interesting experience to take that on and like constantly check with each other to make sure that like, because I think in the beginning it's really difficult because you're going through that puppy stage, like because you're setting the routines, you're setting the boundaries, you're setting the expectations and all that kind of stuff,
and constantly scaffolding the routines, like, hey, this is what we're gonna do, repeat it again. Yeah.
But once you sort of hit like a groove with them, it kind of becomes like a lot easier because everything's already, the foundation's there. And I think that's like a lot like with marriage too, or pretty much like any relationship, is like once you have the foundation set up and once you have the expectations ironed out and everything is like, not to say it becomes easy, but the challenges that do come are different, and they're not just like these challenges to like your family norms, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Like also I want to go back to the series that we just did for intimacy. I think it's also bring, up the level in the intimacy, because we don't see her as a project, but this is something that we work together. And she's family member. So, and we just need to know how can we as a couple help her, to develop well and spend time with her and get to know her and let her get to know us in the way that, like we express ourselves to. And I think with that will come a lot of opportunity to communicate within each other. And there will be time, like, instead of talking about engaging walk content, we will talk about how do we deal with Boba.
Yeah.
Because I remember when she a puppy stage, it's crazy. It was crazy. And we always go back to our, the knowledge of the previous dog that we have. But also like, okay, but this is Boba. How do we, help her? And
Yeah. And with each dog that you have in your life, there's different challenges in terms of like bringing them into your family and then becoming, like a really close bond between each other. And like some of the challenges, that, like we'll go with like the benefits first. Is like she's super sweet.
yeah.
She loves to be loved.
Very
she
sweet.
loves to give affection. She wasn't very affectionate at first, but that was because she was just very curious.
Yes,
Like
this girl.
curious, and she's still very curious, but
You can see that she's sniffing on the curtain. And if I do something new, she was like, what is that? I want to see it. Like her face right there,
she's very interested in what we're doing. She's very interested in us. She's very interested in our family, and wants to be a part of our family. And that's she's involved, and she loves
Yeah.
she loves that involvement. And but she also needs exercise, and she needs comfort, and she needs discipline. But what we've learned is that after we have to like, hey, this is not okay. These are the boundaries. Once we enforce that on her, we have to also give her affection. She requires it. So she will understand discipline very quickly. Like, oh, okay, yeah, this is no, I'm not supposed to just leave the door. If
Oh
the
my
door is open, I'm
goodness.
not just supposed to run outside. We
Yeah.
discipline her, make sure she understands, like, hey, this is not okay. You can't just run outside the house. We're going to do some training to make sure that you understand, okay, when the door's open, it doesn't mean run out. So we give her treats, make her sure that she understands. But like once we're done with that, it's cuddle time. And she needs that cuddle and the discipline, just like a child does. Just so they understand. Because the other thing is, like, you can't let the dog set the rules. They just don't know any better. If you
true.
let them do what they want to do, they're gonna
They will run the house.
they'll run the house, they'll run you, and they're gonna get themselves hurt.
And then also because she's a working dog or herding dog, they tend to want to become a leader. So we have to make it very clear that, you're not the leader in the house. And this is mom, this is dad, and you're the next one. So we have to make it very clear the moment that she comes home. And she pick up very quick. This girl learn very quick. And then she's super funny. Like she would do certain things that were like, that's super cute and fun. Like I cannot get mad at her because she's super cute, but I have to remind myself like, okay, don't let her cuteness, trick you. So,
Yeah, because she could use it to her advantage. But
yes.
there isn't a malicious or aggressive bone in her body.
No.
All she wants to do is play and be loved. But that playful
Can get her in trouble.
get her in trouble and get her hurt. There was a
Yes.
couple of times where it got her hurt, and that was scary for me. I was like, oh my goodness, like she wasn't seriously hurt. Obviously, she's fine, but it's just like enough to scare you as like the parent. Like,
And and then one thing that I learned by having her is that I cannot just get frustrated because she's just a pup, and even now she's just 7 months old. She may look double her size since we take her home, but she's still a pup. So being patient, and understand that she does it out of playfulness, being playful, and she doesn't understand much any better. So she did some certain things that in the past that drove me crazy. But then I look back and say, oh, she just want to hang out and play, have fun. And she just doesn't know how to do it a different way. And so I was mad, but like, I shouldn't be,
Yeah, there's so many adjustments and so
Yeah.
many like, it's so many fun processes that we go through to better understand each other as a family. Myself, Rubie, Boba, I feel like that we got there though, that we're like right now we're at a really good place, and she's learning more, and she's having really lots of fun, and she has her routines, and it's been a lot better since we got back on the trip. She's like, she's like, oh, I'm so thankful to be home. I'm so thankful to be like back in my routine, because she was having a hard time the last couple days with all the traveling. She was like, I'm in the car. I don't want to be in the car anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I want to go back home.
So one thing that as what I learned to have a dog or have a pet, routine is helping, the owner big time. And even like in travel, that's what I realized in the middle of the trip, like, hey, this girl's struggling. But what we can do is that we still kind of keep a routine, like take her out, walk her a bit, then hit the road. At least she has something that she's familiar with, even though it's a different environment. And then let her have playtime, because we cannot stop at dog parks, in the middle of the forest.
Yeah.
But she gets to play with nature, and she loved it, because we found a creek in Yosemite, and this girl went nuts.
Yeah.
She gone.
Yeah, I posted, if you see on our YouTube page, there's a little bit of footage, like a trailer of her playing in the creek, but there's a lot more footage to come next week when we post our road trip. So we're like really looking forward to doing that. It's going to be footage from our trip to Yosemite, Sequoia, Solvang, Santa Barbara, and being on the road together during that time. And we're going to, reflect on the journey a lot more and do a podcast about it. But that's coming up next week. Look for that. It's going to be a lot of fun, and you're going to see a lot of that footage of, like the Rubie was talking about, where we got to Yosemite and then we found this creek.
Yeah,
it's kind of like a river. I don't know. It was like somewhere between like a creek and a river, but it was really cold.
Refreshing.
It was really cold and refreshing. But like she got in there, she was like, "Oh, like this is."
She was surprised with the coldness of the water, because when she put her paws in, she jumped. Oh my goodness, what is this? And then she started, drinking all the water in, and she loved it. And then she's kind of bite the water. It was so funny how she responded to the new environment. And then of course she do the bunny hop.
She does her corgi bunny hop
and
in the
zooming
water,
and all kinds of stuff. But yeah, this girl is very adventurous. But having said that, like for this episode, we're trying to like update you guys on Boba, how she's doing. And if you haven't followed her, she have an Instagram. It's called Boba the Corgi SD for San Diego.
Yep.
And I just try to capture, as much as I can for, her life and her development, and just so that you get to know her. And she's super cute and super sweet, and very adventurous corgi.
Yeah.
I almost say person.
Yeah, she has her own personality.
She's tough.
Really tough girl.
We missed the opportunity to record it, but like last Saturday, at church, she was.
No, it was a recent Sunday, just a couple days.
Sunday, yeah.
Yesterday.
Yes, yesterday. She would toggle with another big dog.
Yeah, this dog is probably, I think, like a
that dog is 13 years old.
Yeah, and she's like I would say like either like a lab and Argentina or like Rhodesian Ridgeback mix. Mm-hmm. I think she's Rhodesian Ridgeback mix. So
that dog is a service dog, and then she very does she
calm.
She's super calm, but she also on like her service time, but the owner just let her relax. So, and then the owner surprised that his dog took a war or like wrestling.
Two females.
Yeah, wrestling with Boba, and the owner said like, I haven't seen her play with the other dog for years. So somehow this girl know how to like trigger the other dog, like, let's play with me, I'm cute. That's what she does.
That's what she loves to do.
Yeah, at the dog park, she would just run to all the dogs and then say, hey, chase me, let's play, and then say hi, So that's Boba.
Yeah, having dogs is such a joy. Rubie and I both grew up with dogs in our families. Mm-hmm. And then to have one together as a married couple has been like such a great experience. And we're super thankful and happy excuse me, to be sharing our experiences together with her. And yeah, I think maybe just some like a few reflection points of having her for the last 4 months is the patience that's required to grow together with the dog and to have reasonable expectations of what the dog can do and what the dog can understand, and to love them and to give them affection and discipline and routine, and because the discipline isn't just discipline. The discipline is the routine.
Yeah.
And making sure that they understand, hey, this is what we do for safety. Crossing the street, Rubie is really great about making sure that we always come to a sit and stop and look. So, God forbid she ever gets out, that training will kick in. She doesn't go across the street and get hit by a car, or get lost or anything like that. So,
And then I think it also goes to, not just dogs, but also other, pets, because I know people have cats, birds, all kinds of, but I think routine and being patient and one thing that people think that, when I taught my dog this stage, they remember for life. No, you have to repeat it. Like right now, we go through all the basic with her again. Yep. How to walk, how to behave, pretty much remind her every single thing. And again, we have to remind us, like, don't get frustrated. It's just dog development. So don't get harsh on your pet, but just be patient, be loving, and just go through repeat, and daily training with them. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, and so much, and I've learned that like so much. And she's like right at my feet right now.
Yeah, she loves to sit next to us and like under the table right now.
But what I learned is like, even a puppy, like they need exercise. And then once they have that exercise, they can eat well, use the bathroom. Mm-hmm. They're much more attentive to training, much more able to give affection. And to develop the bond because they know like their needs are met. Mm-hmm. And Rubie is really great at understanding Boba's needs because like the other day, I was like, hey, why isn't she doing this? And Rubie was like, well, she hasn't had any exercise lately. She needs to go for a walk. When she has a walk, she'll be able to eat better, or she'll be able to like bring herself to eat and drink her water.
Yeah, a tired dog is easier to train. So,
and I was like, that's what we should do. Bring her out and get some exercise. And it's a great experience. It's lovely to have a loving animal that, really like all they can do is love and to show happiness and show affection. We're blessed to have them. We're blessed to have dogs in our lives, I think. And, especially this one, because she's so sweet and special.
Mm-hmm. And I think that in terms of, as a couple, we get to, see her growth and also see us grow, how we teach her, how we, train her. And I learned so much from you, as just that you just shared that you observe how I treat her and you learn from that, but also I have learned so much from you. Like, you very quick to give love, to affection for her. For me, I'm more strict than him. I was like, nope, you're gonna let it sit for maybe half of a day or like more than that, not more than that, like a couple hours. For him, no, just keep up a couple minutes, that's it, move on. Because the faster you move on, they understand, okay, done, now it's love time. So that's what I learned from Drake. And I think as you work with your partner, with your pet, you get to see a different part of them. And I think having a pet is just like a foreshadow for a baby to come. So you can see, okay, can I trust my partner in this? Do I see him, rising up as a father, rising up as a, male figure, leader figure in the family? And also vice versa. He sees something like that, so that is also opportunity for you to discuss with your partner, and also for you to grow together as a partner.
Yeah, it's so much growth, and we've only had her for 4 months.
Yeah.
So we're looking forward to Boba growing with us in the future, and to see what she's going to be like in the future, and to see how our family grows together. And honestly, like, we've gone through so much right now. We're trying to get her to eat more because we're just like, we're like a little, like, always afraid that she's undersized. But I think there's a big drastic difference from what I've seen with female corgis and male corgis. Mm-hmm. That from what I've seen, because there's a lot in the San Diego area, is that the male corgis are just substantially larger than the females. But we're always like trying to get her, like, her health optimal so that she's happy, healthy, and eating well. Coats taken care of and all that good stuff. And
one thing that if you have a corgi, and I'm not sure if you worry about their fluffiness, not coming in yet. I talked to a lot of other owners, and corgi tend to be slim because they're a very active dog. So does she runs a lot, and so she's very slim, and we thought that she underweight, but actually no, that she's perfectly fine. Corgi tend to like get more built in after a year and a half or the 2 years, like between after they pass 1 year, that is where their body get filled in. So if you have a corgi and the corgi kind of slim, don't worry about it. Just focus that the corgi, if the right amount and good nutrition, that corgi is on the good spot.
Yeah, we love having her. We love to hear from you guys. If you have similar experiences, struggles that you've gone through raising your pet,
especially a corgi.
Tips, tricks, tips on how to get them to do new tricks.
Oh, yes.
And or any kind of things like that. We'd love to hear from you guys. Mm-hmm. Share your favorite corgi photos. You can either follow us on Instagram, or you can follow her directly on Instagram. It'd be, for us, it's Engaging Walk. On Instagram, and then for her, like Rubie said, it's Boba the Corgi SD. You guys are either probably watching this on YouTube or Spotify. Make sure you follow, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Help our channel grow. Oh, sorry about that. I use my phone so that we can record this. But give us a follow, give us a like, all that good stuff, and help our channel grow. If you have any tips or suggestions or questions that you would like to see answered in the future, let us know, and we'd love to do episodes about that. And so we love having you guys, and we have a lot of things to look forward to in terms of this new episode that we have coming out. It's super exciting. It's going to be a full account of our awesome road trip and visiting multiple cities, multiple national parks in California, beautiful scenery, and we're really looking forward to sharing that those moments with you guys. And
last but not least, next series that we are talking about, we will focus on the family culture. So if you're interested in that, don't forget to follow us and look out for that series.
Yeah, it's going to be a great series. We're wrapping up with the intimacy series. And we love you guys. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And lots of things to look forward to for Engaging Walk. And don't forget to visit our website, www.engagingwalk.com, for more info. And with that, I'm Drake.
This is Rubie. We are signing out. Bye.